I'm just surprised myself that I'm not incarcerated, because everything wanted to push me over the edge. But somehow deep in my heart, I don't know if it was just my faith or my family, that something told me, Joe, it's going to get better than this. When I was asked what would they title your book for your life, God meant it for good. Because all that crap that happened to me that I just told you, guess what? Now I help kids going through the same crap. I said, God, oh, that's why you did it. Because see, when I was 16 years old, I had a gun in my mouth ready to pull the trigger. Because I think life wasn't worth living. And God spoke to me. They said, how you know it was God? I said, well, if it was the devil, you'd say, pull it. Right? Figure it had to be God. He said, don't do it. I'm like, well, why? He said, I can't tell you why. You just have to trust me. Trust me. And I cut a deal. I said, well, if you let me get out of this hood, I won't ever put another gun in my mouth again. Just don't let me die here in this neighborhood. And don't you know now that I'm far removed from that, I realize now why he didn't tell me why not to pull the trigger. Because if he did, I would have pulled the trigger. Think about this. Joe, don't do it. Why? He said, Joe, you got to trust me. Well, I don't want to trust you. Well, Joe, since you don't have any faith, let me tell you why you shouldn't pull that trigger. Here's Joe. Because see, Joe, not only will you be the first person in your family to graduate from high school, you'll be the first person in your family to go to college. Joe, you want to know why you shouldn't pull that trigger since you don't trust me? One day, Joe, you're going to graduate at the top of your university class and be the youngest professor ever had to teach in the state of Florida at age 24. Joe, you want to know why you shouldn't pull that trigger? You're going to own your own business one day, Joe. As soon as you get out of college, you're going to start several businesses, Joe. They're going to be very successful. Joe, you want to know why you shouldn't pull that trigger? You're going to travel all over the country speaking to people. Joe, they're going to pay you to run your mouth for a living when your own family can't pay you to shut up. You want to know why you shouldn't pull that trigger, Joe? You're going to go to places you've never seen before. And guess what? You can go to places where you don't see any black people. And they're going to be paying you to come there to train them and speak to them. Joe, you want to know why you shouldn't pull that trigger? You remember how your dad abandoned you? Well, guess what? You're going to have a son. And one day he's going to look up to you and say, Daddy, I want to be just like you. Look at me. Big and strong, just like you. My son told me that. I said, are you on drugs? No, Daddy, I want to be big and strong, just like you. He said, that's going to happen one day. Joe, you want to know why you shouldn't pull that trigger? Because one day you're going to go to a resort in Colorado. And Joe, you're going to stand in front of a room of middle school teachers. You know the ones who used to overlook you? And you're going to share your story with them. And Joe, you're going to touch somebody's heart in that audience. Not everybody, but somebody. And they won't teach the same because you didn't pull that trigger. Now, do you realize if you would have told me that, guess what my response was? Oh, you got jokes. Boom. This makes no sense to me. Guys, I would love to tell you, oh, I envisioned this one day. No, I didn't. This makes no sense. So you don't believe you're called? I'm called to do this.